blogging is about learning to read like a reporter, learning to read into your subject matter in extreme depth, obsessively. Because that's the only way to run a good blog, is to read obsessively about what other people are writing and to build on that. The real trick is to go back to the etymology of the word blog. Remember that it means web log. It is a log of what you are reading on the web throughout the course of the day. And then summarizing that, finding links between things that you've read, and adding your expertise. And you will very quickly develop expertise if you read heavily in one particular niche area, because you will have read everything that nobody else has read. A lot of those functions of blogging have kind of migrated in recent years away from the text-heavy blogging onto things like Twitter, where there's link sharing networks emerging, and Facebook even. A lot of this stuff is happening on the social networks. Personally, I think the best is still the old bookmarking site Delicious, which hasn't been updated in years and years and years now, but it does a very simple thing. You can install a little bookmark on your browser, and whenever you're on a page, you can click a button, pops up a window, you can make a few notes about what that page is about, add some tags, some category level tags, and save it to this service, which is owned by Yahoo, so it's out there on the cloud. You can do this process of logging everything you read obsessively very easily. I have about 15 or 16,000 items saved in my Delicious feed over the last 4 or 5 years. And I only share about 8,000 of those. About 1 in 2 I make public. I let people see what I'm reading, and that allows other people who use the service, who have similar interests to me, to discover me. And that's how networks form of people who share similar interests. And as a journalist, there's obvious implications in terms of finding sources, in terms of finding experts. People who are doing this are likely to be very knowledgeable in the space that they are heavily writing about or heavily reading about. Other tools that you can use to do this, Google Reader is an obvious thing. Google Reader is an RSS reader, and it has some of the same functionality as Delicious built in. It's not quite as sophisticated, surprisingly, being a Google product, but has similar things. You can add a button to your browser and click on any web page you're on and save it to Google Reader with tags, with notes, and so on. Both these products also output everything you do as an XML feed, or an RSS feed actually, which means you can then import it into other services. Another service that I've been getting into recently is something called Instapaper. Again, there's a simple button that you add to your browser. Any page you're on, you click on that, and it will save a copy of all the text on that page to your mobile phone. So when you're in the tube and have nothing to do, you can catch up on that 8,000-word article that you didn't have time to read earlier in the day. These tools make it possible for you to monitor an information space that is overwhelming without these tools. And all in a world where anyone can publish, the only advantage we as so-called professionals have is to be masters of the information space. And if you don't understand how to do this, if you don't understand how to define a niche and then read everything there is to know about it on the internet, you're not really able to compete in that world, because someone else is out there, including your readers are out there, they know how to do this. Final point, and this is really important, I haven't learned a damn thing since I left City University. I haven't had time. I haven't had time to increase my technical skills except when I've had formal training. I just have too many deadlines. I don't have time to learn new technologies. Learn this stuff now. It's your last chance. You have maybe a 5-year head start on the younger people who are coming up. So learn this stuff now while you still can.